name is Amanda, and today we're going to be doing some Catherine Fitzmaurice destructuring. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do it through tremoring, specifically the camel tremor. Now, the camel tremor is kind of like the P90X of tremoring, so before you start to do this, you need to be completely warmed. You might want to start with a few sun salutations and focus on stretches that focus on your back. So maybe some twists, touch your toes, anything you need to do. You need to be completely warm for this pose. This is my assistant, Kayla, and she is a very talented and flexible dancer. So if you can't quite make your pose look like hers, it's all right. Neither can I, which is why she'll be showing it. Before we start, you definitely want to have a mat for your knees. You may want a blanket, and you want to stay hydrated. Definitely have water nearby. If you'd like, you can also have a notebook to write down any ideas or thoughts or whatever you feel in this tremor. I'm going to be using it as my cheat sheet. Don't tell my teacher. All right, so Kayla, we're going to start, and we're going to start on our hands and knees. So what you want to first do is tuck your toes under, and then you're going to reach back with your right arm to your right ankle and your left arm to your left ankle. Now, if you are comfortable, you can let down your head like Kayla has done. If you can't, if it really strains your neck, just keep it up. Now, as you can see, it kind of looks like a camel hump, and that's where it gets its name from. Like I said, very acrobatic pose, so just do what's comfortable for you. Now, the way the tremoring actually works for this is you need to be completely releasing your glutes. You need to be pushing, you should only be holding yourself up with your thighs. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking your sternum to the ceiling, but holding yourself up with your thighs. And where the tremor comes in is when you're right at that line between your thighs giving the exact amount of force as gravity. Very difficult pose. A lot of people actually have a lot of difficulty tremoring in this pose. It's perfectly all right. Catherine Fitzmaurice says that this is still a great pose for opening up the body and releasing tension. When you are tremoring, though, do make sure that you're doing fluffy sound, which is the beginning of sound. It's when you're working out and you're breathing very hard, it's that first beginning of sound. It's really good for your vocal folds. You should also be giving feeling breath. That means if this is painful, let it out. If it's frustrating, let it out. If it's actually pleasant, let it out. Sound is good. It gets rid of a lot of your tension. All right, so let's let Kayla come out of this. She's going to go sideways into a child's pose. And while she's stretching, I'm going to show you the modifications. So what you're going to do is, if your knees hurt, you should definitely use a blanket. Now, if this is too high, you can always unfold it from the burrito-like shape and do a flat shape, which is what I'm going to do. And another thing that you can do is, if your back hurts like mine is, you can use a chair. So what you're going to do is, instead of going back to your ankle, you're going to go back to the chair instead. And again, this might be a better way to do it. So you're going to definitely focus on sending the energy from your sternum up to the ceiling. And make sure you have that fluffy breath. It's okay. If this is hurting you, again, make sure you have that sound. And the same, I'm going to come out of it sideways into a child's pose. Now, like Cobra, full or baby, child's pose really isn't enough for your back. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up into a table position, and we're going to undulate between happy cow and angry cat. And just do whatever your body's telling you to do. If you need to look back to your butt, that's fine. Maybe do some circling of your head. And that is camel.